Hello viewers, I'll be giving you an overview on age-related macular degeneration and dietary antioxidant. This topic is for general audience. Hereafter, I'll be using the abbreviation AMD for age-related macular degeneration. Our scope of the study is to understand AMD and answer the question, does diet play a role in AMD? AMD is defined as the deterioration of the macula, which is the small central area of the retina of the eye that controls the visual. AMD is the leading cause of irreversible visual loss in people aged over 50. It affects the central part of the retina called macula. Since the disease is predominant in elderly people and affects the macula, hence it is called as age-related macular disease. In this picture, you can see that the first image, it is a normal vision. Here the person can see the image very clearly. Whereas in the second image, a person who is having a macular degeneration, he sees the objects like as though they are obstructed and it is unclear. You can very clearly see that almost the central image is completely invisible. So where is the macula present? The macula is present on the retina of the eye, and this is the region exactly where the deterioration occurs. AMD is of two types, the dry or atrophic type and the wet or neurovascular type. The dry type affects approximately 80 to 90% of the individuals. Its causes is unknown. It tends to progress more slowly than the wet type, and there is no approved treatment or cure. In dry AMD, you have a characteristic feature, that is the formation of small white or yellowish deposit called darsen, which is formed on the retina beneath the macula, causing it to deteriorate or degenerate over time. In the wet type, which affects approximately 10 to 15% of the individuals, but accounts for approximately 90% of all cases of severe vision loss from the disease. In the wet type, abnormal blood vessels under the retina begin to grow towards the macula. Because these new blood vessels are abnormal, they tend to break, bleed and leak fluid, damaging the macula and causing it to lift up and pull away from its base. This can result in a rapid and severe loss of central vision. If detected early, wet type can be treated with intraocular injection of anti-VEGF medication, that is vascular endothelial growth factor. The pathophysiology of AMD is still poorly understood. It may be a constellation of diseases like old age, genetic markers. For instance, more than 50 genetic susceptibility loci have been identified, of which the most important are the CFH and ARMS2 genes. Cigarette smoking, hypertension are the risk factors consistently reported, along with oxidative stress and low dietary intake of antioxidant has been implicated in the etiology of AMD. I would like to stress upon oxidative stress, since it is one of the biggest culprits, just not in AMD but most of the diseases. Oxidative stress occurs when an oxygen molecule splits into single atom with unpaired electrons, which are called free radicals. In other words, oxidative stress is an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants in the body, which can lead to cell and tissue damage. Why? Because the free radicals attack biological molecules such as lipids, proteins and DNA. Oxidative stress occurs naturally and plays a role in aging process. So how do you think that our body combats the damage caused by the free radicals? Yes, it's the antioxidant. Antioxidants are substances that can prevent or slow the damage to the cells caused by free radicals, hence they are called as free radical scavengers. The retina seems particularly susceptible to oxidative stress because of its high concentration of oxygen, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and photosensitizers in combination with their intense exposure to light, particularly the blue light. Antioxidants may also help to maintain the integrity of the choroidal blood vessels that supply the macular region of the retina. There are many research articles that are focused on the importance of dietary supplements to reduce the progression of AMD, but most of them are contradictory. One reliable study is the age-related eye disease study. The AREDS was a large-scale clinical trial carried out in the United States that followed about 3,600 people who were already diagnosed with AMD at different stages of severity, including many people with early AMD. The aim of the study was to find out whether nutritional supplementation could help to slow down the development of AMD. The results of the first AREDS studies were as such: people diagnosed with early AMD and who took the AREDS formula were 25 to 30% less likely to go on to develop advanced AMD. They also reduced the risk of developing central vision loss by 19%. The above mentioned people consumed every day 500 milligrams of vitamin C, 400 international units of vitamin E, 15 milligram beta carotene, 80 milligram zinc as zinc oxide, and 2 milligram copper as cupric oxide. Copper was used because high level of zinc can reduce the amount of copper in the body, and this in turn can harm the body. A second trial, AREDS2, was carried out to explore the theory that lutein, zeaxanthin, and omega-3 fatty acid were helpful in slowing down the progression of AMD. The results of this study indicated that adding omega-3 fatty acid did not decrease the risk to develop advanced AMD, and so did not include this in the new formula. What I mean by telling formula means it is the diet formula. Like in the previous slide, I mentioned that vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene, these are the dietary formula, or in another simple word we can say it as an ingredient. One of the hallmark result of this study was it was found that lutein and zeaxanthin, when it was replaced with beta carotene, remember beta carotene was used in the first study, okay? The risk of someone going on to develop advanced AMD decreased by further 10%. For people on the trial who had a poor dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin, this increased to 20%. It means to tell that lutein and zeaxanthin supplement was very important, and it is essential for lowering the risk for developing AMD. Now, why the scientists replaced the beta carotene which they used in the first study with the lutein and zeaxanthin was because beta carotene may increase the risk of lung cancer in smokers or in people who had quit smoking for a year or less. In AREDS2, it was found that there was still a risk of lung cancer in ex-smokers who had stopped smoking more than a year before starting the trial. So to avoid this complication, beta carotene was removed from the dietary formula, and in turn it was replaced with lutein and zeaxanthin, which are carotenoids. So what were the interpretation the scientists made from these two studies were that the current recommended daily formula to slow down the progression of AMD in people already diagnosed is 500 milligram of vitamin C, 400 international unit of vitamin E, 10 milligram lutein, 2 milligram zeaxanthin, 25 milligram zinc as zinc oxide, and 2 milligram copper as cupric oxide. On the cutting note, I would like to tell that dietary antioxidants or supplement may slow or lower the AMD, but as for now, there is no proven documentation. Hence, diet cannot be used as a treatment or prevention of the disease. If you are thinking about taking a supplement for AMD, it would also be important to discuss this with your ophthalmologist or general physician, as taking larger amount of vitamins and minerals than those found in an everyday diet may not be suitable for you. Although the results of both the trials are encouraging news, it currently cannot be said that these supplements will help everyone who is diagnosed with early AMD. Thank you.